What the fuck are we doing here, man?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the jobs report.
Oh, yeah. And another little tidbit on housing and some news out of the United States, which I find interesting. But let me frame this episode, okay? Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse where a person manipulates another into questioning their own sanity, perception of reality, or memories. Just take that, stick it in your back pocket. Let's start here. The real Canadian housing crisis is in how we build. The C.D. Howe Institute's newest report offers a blueprint for breaking free if we are willing to build differently. Yeah, according to the C.D. Howe Institute, the problem isn't that you aren't getting paid enough. It's how we build housing. That's the problem. Canada's housing shortfall, it argues, is not merely the result of low output. It stems from a deeper misalignment between our stated goals, rapid, affordable, large-scale housing, and the fragmented, risk-averse, low-productivity methods we use to deliver it. The housing sector does not lack talent or technology. Shouldn't be nor. The housing sector does not lack talent nor technology. Just saying. And yet, Toronto rents dropped again in July amid prolonged softening phase. Supply, demand, prices are falling. What does that mean? Maybe we don't have a supply issue after all. All right, now this. Trump warns of another Great Depression if court strikes down tariffs. Yeah, because the president does not have the power to impose tariffs, but he's been imposing tariffs willy-nilly on penguins and polar bears. Trump says U.S. court ruling against tariff authority would be 1929 all over again. Really? Really? The Great Depression, a period of severe economic downturn in the 1930s, was caused by a combination of factors. The 1929 stock market crash, which shattered confidence in the economy, coupled with bank panics and a contractionary monetary policy. What contractionary monetary policy? Oh, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, intended to protect American industries, backfired and led to a collapse of international trade. Interesting. So what we have now is 1929 all over again. Interesting. And now this. Who is this man? This is Earl Davis, head of fixed income and money markets at BMO Global Asset Management. And 2 weeks ago, he was on BNN Bloomberg and he said this.
As long as we see the unemployment rate or jobs not being cut in Canada, we got a surprise raise in jobs, more jobs being created last month. As long as jobs are not going lower and lower, like people losing their jobs, housing market will be supported, but at a steady rate, it won't rise.
I used those statements 2 weeks ago to say, what the hell are you talking about? Unemployment has been rising for 3 years. Unemployment in June went down 0.1%. It was a blip in the upward trend. And now we have July job numbers. Let me just point out how the bond market felt about the job numbers. Remember, when the bond yield falls, that means people are buying bonds. Why? Because they want to get in on these yields before the Bank of Canada cuts the interest rate. So that means the people who are buying bonds think that there's a rate cut coming. Why do they think there's a rate cut coming? Because Canada sheds tens of thousands of jobs as tariffs dent hiring plans. My, how things change in 2 weeks. Yeah, the unemployment rate overall stayed at 6.9%, but employment dropped 0.2%. Make that make sense. Fewer people in the labor force in July. So the unemployment level of the people in the labor force stayed the same at 6.9%, but overall there's fewer people working. So jobs were lost. Why am I so smug about this? Because we've been losing jobs for 3 years. January 2022, January 2023. So since mid-2022, unemployment has been on an increase. The only thing that's slowing down the increase in unemployment is people giving up on employment. A resilient Canadian economy? Hardly. And Friday's job report proves it. This is from David Rosenberg, who's been warning about this for years now. Why does he use the word resilient? Oh, because everyone is saying how Canada's economy is so resilient. We're so resilient. So wonderfully resilient. We've been resilient for 3 years now. A form of emotional abuse where a person manipulates another into questioning their own sanity, perception of reality, or memories. They are gaslighting you.